There's definitely going to be knights on this map. So we've actually got an island map for us here, guys. So you can see Buster's in the blue playing France, and TaToH is taking a coffee break at a really bad time. But this game goes on for 27.5, well, almost 28 minutes rather. So I don't think TaToH's GG now based on that. Given this situation, though, it's quite interesting because France can't utilize one of the biggest advantages that's talked about at the moment. I'm not saying they don't have other advantages, but it's the knight factor. People really don't like how strong knights are in the early game, their ability to rush and their ability to heal on the go. But that's not going to be an option, really. Like, Buster could, in theory, get some knights, stick them on the ship, fly them over, harass. But I don't think that's likely to happen here. I do like this move by TaToH. Once again, he's got another start where he's right next to the shoreline. So he's actually utilizing that to go fishing. I actually quite like that. That being said, you know, he might switch it up once he gets a few docks, but he's not there yet. How many people has he got on wood? So this game was further back than the one we watched more recently, where he was next to war, and he prioritized a lot more people into wood production in that game. But I think he's switching it up now. So he's got his initial 4 on food at all times, which should kind of balance out the villager cost each time. Like, around the time it takes them to gather 10 and return it is about the time it takes you to create a villager. So he's got that equilibrium to just now spam out wood. Meanwhile, on the other side, Buster's already got 6 on wood. And because of the fact that he wasn't AFK for 15 seconds at the start, that means Buster has 2 extra villagers out compared to TaToH. So TaToH is inherently playing from behind already. I know, it sounds dramatic. It's a small detail, Pigeon. Shut up, doesn't matter. But keep in mind, these things do ripple. I think of strategy games the same way that I talk of MOBAs like TaToH. Mistakes you make in the early game ripple into issues later on. They're not irredeemable, and they're not unfixable. And it's not like your opponent won't make mistakes along the way. But there is a ripple effect where anything closer to the core that goes wrong will be more drastic of a problem as you go out from the core, if that makes sense, right? So it's just something to keep in mind. And we'll see if it actually comes to fruition, because it means like Buster could be more aggressive a little bit earlier. I highly doubt it, just because one of the big deals when it comes to the French, as you can see here, they don't actually have access to cheaper ships. And also, Rus has convertible ships. So this is the thing. I think France, the early game presence on water maps is weak in comparison to a lot of other factions. So he will mainly be eco on water. And if TaToH identifies this, he could exploit that and harass the fishing line before there's anything to defend it. We'll have to see, though. Okay, so, yeah, dock getting built over here for the fishing rights. There's plenty of them. And he already has a dock over here. I like this split, just to, you know, he's like, I mean, there's always different fishing areas. It's going to be more efficient further down the line. Get it, guys? Efficient. I'll stop now. But yeah, it's going to be more efficient to split them up. And you don't really want a dock here because he seems content with just having his peeps fish this close, right? There's an argument about a slight loss of efficiency, but it's not the end of the world. This is workable. He hasn't clopped his sheep yet, which is interesting because I think... Oh, no. No! Oh, he got robbed. So, turns out that TaToH's start an island is 5 short of him being able to crack the first tier on his bounty accumulation system. So he can't get his economy bonus from his starting island. Unless he kills a boar, which is worth 75 gold. The problem is, anyone who's tried to go up against these boars knows too well they kind of kick your teeth out. In fact, I'm pretty sure this morning I watched quite an enjoyable clip of Lyric playing Mongols and with his Khan and 4 workers trying to kill a boar and systematically, one by one, losing each and every one of his villages until he had like 2 villas left. So my advice, guys, don't go after these. These are like a mid-game. Yeah. Or bring military units to kill them, which is allowed. You can do that. That's absolutely fine. but I would recommend military units because they have 4 armor, 150 health, and they hit for 15. For reference, your villagers hit for 6, have no armor, and 50 health. And each of the villagers do like 3 or 4 damage, if that. It's a slow process. Okay, so fishing boats starting to come out. How many we got so far? So it's actually 5. Make that 6 for TaToH. And as expected, this is what I mean by the ripple effects. Like, keeping track with this, Buster's now able to put out 1 or 2 more ships because he got there first. He's also able to tech up ahead of TaToH. TaToH still does not have enough food. He does now. He could tech up. He might opt to stay. I feel like I've been seeing TaToH quite frequently in this game stay a little bit longer, but there it is, Kremlin. Interesting placement. I don't know if there's a better placement per se. You could protect your whole back fishing line by putting a Kremlin up here, but this way it protects your town center, right, where the biggest amount of your village is going to be, and it protects your gold line, your primary one right now anyway. So that's fine. And then Buster, I mean, what's his Villi count? So he's up to 34. TaToH is 32. So really has just kept it to that 2 differential. So not too bad from TaToH. I wonder if he'll go for like an early transport ship. So the reason I wonder this is because a transport ship could, in theory, pay for itself. In theory. But I don't know if this is just bad map generation, but in this map it wouldn't. The reason what I'm referring to basically is the fact that there are no deer on the other islands. There are no wolves. There are no boars. There is nothing for you to hunt. And this is what I mean by Rus isn't exactly going to be a favorable nation to play on these type of maps. There just isn't enough to hunt. He will at least be able to slowly generate once he reaches tech 3, because remember, you can build the hunting lodge, and that hunting lodge will generate for you. Because deers will spawn there every 60 seconds, I believe it is. But outside that, he doesn't have the option to crack his bounties here. Which not only hurts his early gold intake, it's going to hurt his gathering rates. And the ability to gather via hunting cabins. All right, so Hulk's already coming out, and he's already suffering with the fishing ships. Fly, you fools! All right, so now, dude, now you need to hit Tech 2 quickly, because now this is the thing. Because Buster hit that Tech 2, he knew straight away, he's like, TaToH hasn't gone up yet. So I'm master and owner of the seas. So he's just rushing Hulk ships now. And you just have crappy fishing boats that can't do it. Look at the way they're being funneled in. Okay, he's hit them well. He's gonna. I don't know if you want. Like, he's gonna have to change all these basically. He needs to change. Did he not see him? Oh my God, Buster! He's so close to seeing him. He's found him. Buster sees him. Snitches get stitches, yo. And they get 2 hit as well. Oh my God, he's going to lose all these fishing ships. They can't upgrade that. They can't turn into attack ships quick enough. Look, more Hulks are coming. Oh my God, Buster has got TaToH on the ropes at an early point. And this is the ripple effect I was talking about. Because your tech up was like, it was a minute or 2 slower, sure. But like, if it comes out a little bit quicker, maybe Buster invests in like a Hulk ship or 2. I don't think he throws out 4 instantly and does this. He maybe thinks, oh, I need a tech or 2. Maybe I should like, build this. Maybe I should focus on eco a bit more. But like, you give him such a definitive choice when he notices this long in, you still haven't teched up. What a play as well. And as you can see, this Hulk damage is insane. 50 damage on the buildings. I'm kind of getting where Yaki is coming from, his complaints about Hulks. I think they are going to have to nerf this slightly, because this is pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. So it's weird to me, because I'm wondering how this is, because this game apparently lasts for quite a while longer. And the only way I could really see that happening is if Buster stops spamming Hulks. Maybe, so Buster just gets a conscience, right? He's like, nah, man, this isn't fair. This doesn't seem nice. Parlay. You know what? I am French. This is a French thing. Parlay. I'll be back in 20 minutes. But I don't think that's going to happen here. It's just a case of if he can find this back line. And are there being demo ships being built? So no demo ships. That is very peculiar. He's just amassing fishing boats still. Oh, sorry. No, you're right. I'm an idiot. You can't get demo ships yet. You need to tech free. So he actually has no answer to this. He has to tech boom without being found. And it's working. It's actually... Oh my god, no. Guys, it's working because Buster hasn't looked here. He sees land, land, land. He doesn't know about this back area where there's docks and fishing areas. Buster is going to look back on this map and kick himself because this is such a wild generation, right? Like, if you saw this corner, you'd probably just go, yeah, I mean, he's like, this is all land. This must all be land. No, it's all not land. It's all just water. And if he found that detail, like, it's actually GG because he has all these hulks. He would have deleted the rest of the dock lines because he would have sent the rest down to deal with this one. And then you wouldn't be able to get any ships out. Instead, TaToH is rebuilding his fishing line, and he's going to be able to get back into this game. This is so cool. Oh, and this is even better. So he's going to go for the market trade on land. It's not going to generate much. But the other thing he's doing is he's now put some villages over here. Once he gets some stone, he's already set for an island expansion. While when you look at Buster, Buster's still just one island. Or is he? Because he's sending the villies. Wait, is he going to land on TaToH's island? He is. Oh, he's going for the melee rush on island. This is cool because there aren't really any defenses either. Yeah, look. So TaToH, this is the thing. He made the tech boom. So Buster's like, okay, I'm kind of in this. I've invested heavily, so I've got to get value out of the fact that I am in on an early mill timing. I need to slow TaToH down because he's going to tech up. And he's definitely going to get gold now that he's got this building here. Like, this trade house is generating 77 gold a minute. And here it is, straight away, outpost and barracks. And there's literally no military presence from TaToH. Sorry, that's unfair. There's a scout somewhere. Here he is. Don't think he's going to do too well against what's going to be coming out of those racks and what's going to be in those outposts, though. Oh, man, this is so well played by Buster. Really understanding his timings. And there are attack ships now. Attack ships and demo ships at the ready. So TaToH hitting that timing. We said he needed demo ships to counter. He has them now. But he's actually dodging out. He's trying not to get involved. And he's just going to lose fish ships because of it. I don't know how much attention Buster's paying to this. Yeah, he knows. He's like, get the hell out of dodge, boys. They're coming. Choco, choco, woo, woo. I think they're faster as well, right? Like, it makes sense that demo ships should, in theory, be faster. Yeah, they are. Okay, so he booms one, booms two. So there you go. 2 for 1. I think from an economy standpoint, that's even, right? 300 wood, 240 gold. 160 wood, 80 gold. So it's better on the gold front if you can make that trade, if you can get it every time. Also, keep in mind, demo ships produce a little bit quicker. So 35 seconds compared to the 45 seconds. And keep in mind, when you've got a fleet this big, like splitting them up can be awkward. This is something that TaToH can exploit. He just needs to make sure he's on point with getting enough demo ships out consistently. The problem is this, and he knows this is here now, and straight away starts building the wooden fortresses. But if the spears come out too fast, he's going to be in trouble. I think he's fine, though. I wouldn't want it this close. I put like these 2 extra workers on this to build the wooden fortresses. Wooden fortresses, by the way, are better versions of outposts, as I think Buster's about to learn. So they got 1 Villy. And the Villies are getting clapped down now because Royal Knights are coming out. We said he probably wouldn't get to use Royal Knights, and here he is. He just had to go land on the enemy's island. And now the Villy on Villy action. Wait, was he trying to... What was he trying to... Oh, I know what he's trying to do. He knew the town center was here, and this is where Buster kicks himself, by the way. Because he now realizes this is all water. He thought this was land that he could sneak onto the other side of and build more base in. And he just can't. That's got to be so frustrating. But yeah, TaToH's going to hold. You can spam out units. I think the knight should die quick enough. I'm not sure if this is an efficient trade. Yeah, he's backing up now, but that knight is gone. He's donezo. Boom. And you're always in range here. Yeah, so there's no retreat. Like, your troops are invested. Best thing to do is probably cancel the men-at-arms and start expanding. Oh, what? No way. No way. Did he just boom 4 hulks? I think he did. I think TaToH just wiped the the main bulk of the Hulk fleet. Yo, TaToH is so sneaky with these demo ships. We've seen it in other games. We just saw it again. That's actually big. That means that Buster's presence on the water is more equal now. He's not ahead. Because these demo ships are now going to be a big threat. He has still got like a knight or two around here to potentially harass, but he's not even using them. And he has been repelled here. So Man-at-Arms are going to get clapped down. TaToH repels him again. And meanwhile, look, this is the difference. Because those villagers were bound for Island TaToH instead of a neutral island, TaToH now is going to have the clear eco boom. He's already up a lot more gold because the cabins for a start, which he hasn't built any here, which is kind of surprising. But like this alone, 77, right? Then another one's generating 17 a minute. And then, of course, yeah, he's getting all his gold from the workers as well. Compared to... So his passive gold generation is half of what Buster's currently is. And I'm talking overall gold generation for Buster. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, these buildings will slowly just be burnt down. There's no rush. Like in TaToH's mind, these are never going to be used now. Because any attempt to use them is going to backfire, right? Even if you get the blacksmith tech that lets you build quicker, it's not going to be good enough. So this is a completely wasted venture by TaToH. By Buster, rather. And now, if I'm Buster, I'm thinking, like, I maybe want to expand. I want to get on a second island, possibly. But he's more focused on keeping the pressure up because he doesn't realize this expansion ever happened. If we look at the vision again, Buster didn't scout this area of the map. He doesn't even know of its existence at this point, right? This is like Columbus on his way to China, trying to find that trade route, but instead he's going to find America. But this time around, when he lands, he's going to get his ass kicked by all of the Native Americans and South Americans. Because when he does finally find this island that TaToH has, TaToH's going to be ready to just screw him up pretty hard. And this is the thing as well, by the way. TaToH, once he gets this priest, he probably won't even cap the sacred point. He could. If he caps that sacred site, I believe it's 100 gold per minute that you get from it. For each sacred site you control. But, like, why reveal your hand? You haven't been harassed here at all. So and he's still going towards your main island, so you have to theorize that he doesn't actually have vision on you, right? So you just wait. And now look at this. Demo ships at the ready. Attack ships as well. And they built this galleass. So it's basically a bombarding unit. I can't remember what the exact AoE on it was, like the attack range rather. It should do decent damage to buildings. I haven't actually seen this unit in action yet, so we'll find out. But he has got the demo ships. And dude, look at this wrap. Look at this pinch. There's a second line of Hulks coming though, so he's actually gonna get pinched himself. They get rid of one of the demo ships, they split. Delta split, doesn't work. They lose them all. And now the backup Hulks are coming in, but the galleass is exposed. And it doesn't do anywhere near enough damage to these ships, so he's going to lose the galleass. That's a heavy investment lost, as well as the Hulks. Good trade again, really, coming out from TaToH. He needs to get more demo ships out. Yeah, he's queued them up, so he's going for 6 demo ships. This should be enough to deter Buster again, though. Like, you don't want to be involved at that point. Buster has finally set up a second town center on this island. This is a cool idea, because in theory, you can use this for eco, but it's also a staging point where you can invade with a sizable army in close range, right? Whereas if TaToH tries to make a similar move, look how much distance he has to cover. And he doesn't know. TaToH still has no clue. Because of this early pressure, he has no clue where Buster is. He can theorize it's here, but he doesn't know, like, is the island here? Is it, like, back here? Is it shrunk along here? Like, has he got the same island as me? Like, is it reflected? So he still needs to get that information. That's the advantage that Buster has on main base. But like we said, this venture has not been scouted. And it still won't be scouted here. Unless he moves his ships up now, which he isn't going to do. Yeah, some more Hulks coming out. I don't think he's going to invest in galleasses again. I don't really see the point in it. To me, galleasses just don't feel as good as Hulks. Hulks do decent damage to buildings. They're going to fight on sea units better. It's just better to have galleasses. To have Hulks rather than galleasses. So it looks like a few more Royal Knights are being made again. And this seems kind of wasteful, but depending on how quick they die, it's not the worst move from Buster, because what he is at least actually doing in this situation is he's stopping all the eco on wood. Then again, I don't know how much you're bothered as TaToH, because there's no eco left in this area. So it's not really wasting your time. You could have these guys in gold, but in terms of like wood supplies, there's nothing left to gain here. There you go. Straight back to business for him. So he's actually, okay, he's kind of committed to this. It's weird as well, because Buster could be like taking this extra gold and this food to tech up. He's not actually stopping TaToH at all. And instead, TaToH, like, here, he reveals his hand now. He starts to cap it. He's like, I want that gold. On top of this, he's close to teching up. In fact, I believe he's going to, very soon, he could probably just sell a bunch of wood right now and like get the resources to do it. But he'll probably just save that to keep getting more ships, right? But if he wants to hit Imp, he can do it any moment. I don't think there's like the biggest rush from a military standpoint because you don't get any advantages on the sea, really. I guess getting the explosives and the incendiary ships is nice. But if you're getting ready to stage an actual invasion, then yeah, hitting Imp is going to be priority. If you just want to choke him out and control the map, then you just keep investing in ships. And by the way, a lot of demo ships incoming. So yeah, covering fire as they move in. Demo ship on demo ship. Oh my god! 2 demo ships just deleted the demo fleet. Buster's turning around, but I don't know why. He can push this. He just obliterated all the demo ships that TaToH had. That was big. What's the counter to explosives, guys? Explosives. When they got a bulk load of explosives, just take your 1 explosive and shove it in their explosives. You're welcome. This is very deep analytical talk. All right, so these heavy knights are getting minced. But this is keeping all these villies away from actually working. It has to be said. Like, 14 idle villies on a 75 compared to 88 with 6 idle. Yeah, Buster has more workers, but his eco is weaker. Like, if we look at income per min, you can see that. TaToH's vastly ahead on wood. TaToH is ahead on food. Gold is in Buster's favor right now. Interesting. How many people has he got working gold? I mean, he's about to have quite a few. Gold. Yeah. Yeah, that would be why Buster's ahead right now. He's definitely milking all that gold. I don't know how you milk gold. Probably much harder than a cow. Okay, and here we go. Oh no, really? Okay, this is interesting to me. So TaToH is opting for the high armory, which is the one that improves and reduces the cost of siege workshops. Wondering what tech he's after here, because a keep could have been really good here. And oh wow, look at the Buster's just realized that this is what I meant. He didn't know there was a base here. He's landed his villagers, but they can't build it now. I mean, they could actually in theory build like an outpost or something, but surely TaToH has noticed that there's just a bunch of villagers idly standing on his island that aren't welcome, right? Surely he's going to do something about that. Maybe not. Yo, if Buster sneaks to the back here and just builds barracks, this is going to be like the play of the game. He's still spamming knights. Okay, he's finally stopped. He stopped queuing him. Okay, yeah, so he spots this out. That's the fishing line gone. And there it is. So the keep's coming out. That is 800 stone wasted somewhat. But, yeah, no, this is not the play. He's building a stable close to the keep. I think too close. I don't know where these villas are going. They're on overtime in the party mode. I don't know. So they're going for a ride right now. How are the ships looking? So he's got more hulks coming out. He is spraying down this dock. And he could wrap around. I don't know if he wants to, because he's probably still spooked about the demo ships, right? Yeah. Less demo ships this time. Not surprised. Like, a lot of gold sunk, literally, to the bottom of the ocean there for TaToH in that last fight. And there's the villies. So they're going to get the outpost up. They have got the stable up. And the keep is out of range, so well played. But they have got a wooden fortress. The problem is we saw how ineffective wooden fortresses are. Like, you'd be better off just walking over and setting fire to this stable right now. The problem is if you do that, you're going to be too close. Okay, there we go. So now that he's put villagers in, he gets the extra range he needs to start attacking the stable. It's really weak, though. And slowly but surely, these wooden fortresses are being taken down by Buster. So TaToH is finally going to have to resort to building racks. He needs to get a land force, because this has been the big difference the entire game so far. Is Buster has had plenty of land troops attempting things, and there's been None. There's been absolutely no... Like, this is the first land military buildings TaToH has built all game. He is actually ahead in terms of town centers, though, because he's gone for a third island. His income is now ahead in terms of gold as well. So if he can keep a stalemate, he could out-resource Buster at this rate. But he needs to turn it into a melee advantage at some point here, because he's the only one really being pressured. There's no pressure going the other way. All right, so they've burnt that wooden fortress down. Oh, the repairs. Clutch repairs. Clutch repairs right there. TaToH keeps it up and alive. I'll keep the pressure on. So this... Double town center on the same island. Interesting. I guess if you got the resources, it's not too bad. Then you can just, like, you can cycle through all this quicker. Even more villies. He must be at 100 villies by now, right? 97. So he's almost at 100. I guess in this situation, because he's constantly burning his military, it's like not the worst idea to do this. See if it pays off. Okay, fleets are attacking again. Okay, there isn't any. There's no whoopsie this time, guys. Chat, it's good. The demo boys are still kicking, and now they push in. They do have the number advantage. They need the demo ships to make sure that they have the definitive. Oh no, the demos! I mean, that got a sizable chunk there. That was a lot of damage. That's going to force TaToH away again. He can't turn around off that. That actually hurt him. He needs more demo ships. That got the remaining demo ships before they could hit the Hulks. And remember, if you fight too close to these docks, these Hulks are going to be healing. By the way, I think this... Yeah, there it is. The character's being built. I was about to say, by the way, we're in tier 4, right? So, or at least... Wait, Buster isn't? How's he put in Carracks then? Carracks are tier 4, right? I'm not being an idiot here. Is my UI bugged? Let's see. Chamber of Commerce. Guildhall. Wait. Don't tell me you... Did I miss that? You actually get Carracks at tier 3? That's kind of nutty. Like, kind of nutty. I mean, that's really nuts. Crazy if true. Oh, wait, no. It's a spectator bug. I was right. Yeah, he's not an in-page. So yeah, he hasn't got Carracks yet. I think this is kind of the deal breaker. If he had Carracks, he could defend himself much more easily. He's actually going to get overwhelmed now. This is way more than enough ships from TaToH. And the demos are coming. Look at the way they plow through. They're going to reach the line. Boom! And they blow up the building. That's the whole fleet. That's GG. TaToH. This man and his fleets, he does such a good job at this. This is kind of another cool thing about the Rus as well. While looking similar, their ships have slight differences, but you have to pay attention to the differences. Compare how different the demo ships of France look to the Hulks, for example. The arrow ships and the demo ships of Rus look very similar. And this, it might seem like a kind of petty detail. It's actually a big deal, because when you're in the midst of that fight and you're like, where's the demo ships? All of a sudden, you realize where the demo ships are. They're up in your face and they've boomed you. Because the cool thing that TaToH does when he gets in these fleet fights, he basically runs everything through you on purpose. Because not only is it covering fire as you approach the demo ships, is less obvious, right? But you're still looking. You're like, you assume the demo ships are probably the back line, right? But you have to double check. And you have to make sure. You have to also click them. There might be overlapping hitboxes a bit. Like all these small details matter compared to like French demo ships. You're like, oh, it's that tiny thing there. Gone. I also do believe demo ships have more health and armor on the Rus side than other sides. So this is the thing to take note of, folks. You don't have late game imp value on the sea, really, in a lot of ways as Rus. So you have to play into your advantage, which is the demo ships. The demo ships are huge for Rus. And we just saw it again.